And I have this feeling in my heart that tells me it's not gonna be over.
Hey everyone, welcome back. So today I wanted to do a tutorial on the color of the year using colors from the Sephora Pantone+Universe blush palette. I'm going to be using this, giving you my thoughts, a little bit of a review on it. I'm going to use it for eyeshadow, I'm going to use it for blush. I'm going to show you that a product like this that you can use for more than just blush. You can use it versatily, you can use it however you want. So let's just jump right on into this tutorial. I hope you enjoy it. I really like how these colors turned out. I'm so glad that Marsala is the color of the year because it's beautiful. So let's get started. I'm going to start with my face today. I'm going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer. This is an amazing primer. I really like how it truly fills in my pores, makes my skin feel so velvety soft. I really can see a difference in appearing more flawless, just getting rid of the pores essentially. It really does it. I have the Benefit Professional as well, but I much prefer this. That product I think is just mainly for pores, but this product you can use all over your face. It is so, it just feels like velvet. I really like this product. Today I'm going to do one of my favorite foundation combinations, and the first half of that is using the YSL Le Tint Touche Éclat. I'm in the shade B40. I did a little self-tanner on my neck just because my face was getting a little light for all of my foundations. So this was my summer shade, B40, and it works good in the winter if I do a little bit of self-tanning. And what I like to do with this, because it's kind of a liquidy foundation, I just like to put it on the back of my hand and then dot it on my face where I need to. And then I'm going to blend all of this out with a damp beauty blender. I just like how the beauty blender feels. It's an easy thing to use. I don't have a brush that I'm obsessed with right now. I do have some that I really like, but when my face is drier in the winter time, I just feel like nothing really blends the same. So having a damp beauty blender just helps combat dryness. It feels so good on the skin. And this foundation is a very dewy finish foundation, so if you have oily skin, you might not like this combination. Actually, I should say, if you have oily skin, you are not going to like this combination that I'm going to do. I'm sorry, but I don't have oily skin, so if you wanted to do like the Estee Lauder Double Wear, that would make you look really flawless. I know some people like the Makeup Forever HD. I've never tried that foundation. What are your thoughts on it? I want to try some new foundations this year after I use up my current ones. And the second half of this combination is using the Cover FX Cream Foundation. I'm in the shade N25 right now. I am going to be doing and I just take my beauty blender and put it in here and then just start. I really like to focus it in the center because it's a little light and it gives a little bit more coverage. It's really nice foundation for, I don't like it on its own, but I like it to use in conjunction with other things on top. So I'm going to be doing a foundation combinations Chit-Chat day coming up real soon. I don't think it's going to be this, it's not this coming Saturday, it's going to be the following Saturday, the 24th. So stay tuned for that. I have some combos that I really enjoyed this past year, and so I wanted to share those things with you. And I don't know, I don't like to just stick to one foundation. I mean, I like to mix them. I like to use them on their own, but I really like to mix them and just kind of concoct, I guess. Now I'm going to use the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. I am in the shade Light. This is a very thick concealer. It has really great coverage. I used this all last year and I completely neglected it this year because I was on the hunt for something that I thought would be better or whatever. But I've decided to go back to using this. It's very, very creamy. So I like to apply it first with my fingers. And then if I need to, I'll go in with the Beauty Blender and just kind of blend out any areas that didn't get blended with my finger. Check out this concealer. I don't have a lot of natural darkness, so I don't need a super high-powered concealer. But I had bought this long before I even knew, honestly, how to use concealer. So it has really good coverage. I do set this because it's very tacky. I feel like I don't know if it would, well, it would probably eventually dry, but not in any amount of time that you would want it to before you went in with your eyeshadow, and you definitely don't want to have eyeshadow flakes in your concealer. I'm going to set that then with the NARS Translucent Crystal Light Reflecting Setting Powder, and I use the, you know, the Real Techniques setting brush as I always do, and just a little bit. I guess you don't need a whole lot of this. And just to set that under eye area so it is no longer tacky. Ooh. I have neglected this next product, and I actually really like it. I dug it out this week and I've been using it as kind of like an all-over powder. It's the Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana bronzer. That's what they call it, but obviously this is not a bronzer, as you know, and I know a bronzer. This is more like a very, very softly illuminated pressed powder. And so I just stick that on the rest of my face just to kind of set my powder, and I like to set my forehead for sure, because my bangs, if I get oily during the day, then my bangs get greasy, and nobody likes a greasy bang look. Now I'm going to do my brows. I'm kind of doing things in a different order today just because, I don't know, I felt like changing it up. And I'm actually going to do my brows with just the Brow Wizzes. I kind of liked how my brows turned out in my Get Ready With Me that I posted on Tuesday with my mom. Despite not originally liking them on camera, I kind of liked how they were darker. Usually I go a little lighter, but I kind of liked how they stood out. So I used the Medium Ash, which is now renamed to something else, but the old name is Medium Ash, and then I used the Chocolate to warm it up just ever so slightly. I'm going to bronze my face up with the Bobbi Brown bronzer in Golden Light. I'm almost hitting pan on this. And lately I've been reaching for this Real Techniques multitasking brush and really liking how soft and easy it is to blend my bronzer. Sorry, I had to sneak away. My husband was leaving to go back to work, and I had to put my kids down. So anyways, as I was saying, I'm really enjoying this brush to bronze my face. It's really light and fluffy. It blends really well. As you can see, I barely even need to touch my skin because it's so soft. Before this one, I've been using the It Cosmetics bronzing brush, and I do like that one. It's just way more dense, so you don't want to push too hard or I feel like it smushes around the entire canvas we just prepped. And so, anyways, I've been really enjoying this bronzer. It's just a really pretty bronzer, and I really like it in conjunction with this brush. I'm going to do a little bit of a contour today. I'm going to use the My Sculpted Face palette, and I like to mix these two shades together, and I use the NARS Ita brush always for my contour just because it's more precise, and I can get a little out of control with things because I like to do things quickly, and I don't want my contour to be like this thick. So it's really nice to use this brush because it really gets into the hollows of your cheekbones. It's so precise, it's easy to blend. I don't want too harsh, I think, of a contour today. So probably just right in here I'm just going to do. Do any of you own the Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder? My friend Amy has it, and I used it, and I really like it. I'm very interested in perhaps eventually getting it. It's a cooler toned, creates a really nice cooler toned shadow on your face, but it doesn't look gray. In fact, it's kind of really subtle, so it really truly just creates a shadow, almost to the point where you're like, did I put that on? And then, but you look forward and you can see the contour. So let me know your thoughts on it if you have it. I'm going to start by priming my eyes like I usually do. I use the Lorac Behind the Scenes eye primer, or any sort of liquid eye primer. It's not my favorite, but I'm just honestly trying to use it up. I've like used this all year. This thing is the never-ending primer. And then I like to go in with a base of some sort to cancel out the discolorations, veining, redness, all that kind of stuff, and it just creates a nice flawless base, and I use MAC Painterly to do that. So today we're going to be creating the Pantone Color of the Year type of eye look, and I had recently for Christmas got the Sephora Pantone+Universe blush palette, And I misspoke earlier when I said that the Get Ready With Me went up on Tuesday. That was last Tuesday. However, I will still link that below. Sometimes the dates get a little messed up in my head. But I wanted to use this not only for blush, I wanted to use the colors in here as eyeshadow and kind of give you guys my thoughts on this palette and whether I think that it's worth purchasing or not. So the first thing that I'm going to do is take this matte peachy shade right here, and I'm going to use my new brushes that I got from Wayne Goss. I'm going to take the biggest one and the fluffiest one here. This is a number, let's see, number 3 brush, like this. Okay, let me just tell you something about these brushes. Amazing. Worth every penny thus far. I bought the eye kit. And so it really picks up the product nicely. So you can just dab it in like that. I still like to, you know, tap off the extra. There's a tiny little bit of powder with these, but they're still really nice. So I'm going to start off by just blending and creating a nice, what you would call, transition shade. Just a really pretty peachy shadow here in my crease. These brushes, look, I barely worked to blend that in. Like, I didn't even have to work hard. And that's what I am really enjoying about these brushes, is that the shadows blend so well. They make me look like I'm a professional makeup artist, which I'm not. And I love that. Any tool that makes my makeup application easier and look better is worth it in my mind. Okay, and now I'm going to dig into my Inglot shadows here. Here's the one downside to this. I will have to look this up afterwards. But once you put these Inglot shadows in this super highly magnetized palette, they're darn near impossible to get out of here. So, this is my first Inglot palette I ever bought. What was I thinking? Just look at these colors. What was I thinking? I wasn't thinking. I just thought, oh my God, I was so overwhelmed by the site and all the pretty colors, I just kind of went crazy. So I am going to use this matte red shade right here. It almost is like a tomato color, and I'm going to use a number 4 brush from Wayne Goss. These look scary in the pan, but they actually do blend out quite beautifully. And so I'm going to take this color just below the peachy shade here and start blending it in. Effortlessly, might I add, with these brushes. Oh, so effortlessly. I'm taking this color about halfway in. I don't want to close my eye off too much. I don't want this to get too dark and smoky, which things tend to. So I'm going to take extra precaution to keep it like halfway like this. Now I'm going to take the same number 4 brush that we just used and take the dark color right here in the blush palette, what is called Marsala. I guess this does have a name, Coral Pink, and then this is the Marsala. And I am going to just once again dip my brush in here ever so slightly, tap off the extra, and start blending this into my outer V here. It's actually a perfect eyeshadow color for the Marsala look, because it has a little bit of a rusty brown to it, so it's wearable. I know that red shade that I just did, you were thinking, what is she going to do with that? But you see how when you blend it out, it's not so intense, and it can be very, very pretty. So you can always really build up colors, or you can apply them and sheer them out so it's just more like a wash of color. I just kind of wanted a little bit of a wash, just to make it a little bit like a brighter Marsala look, just for fun. And then I just go back in with that big fluffy brush, number 03, and just kind of blend out the edges. I do that every single time I add a new color, just to kind of blend the colors together. Just with, you can use a clean one. This one essentially is clean because I didn't really use it for much. So just to kind of blend things out. So this darker color, I'm just kind of focusing it in the outer corner here and then bringing it a little bit onto the lid. We're going to go in with a lid shade in a minute, but I'm just going to go back in with the second layer and deepen it up just a little bit more. Alright, now I'm going to take this flat brush. It's number 06, looks like this. And I'm going to take the highlighter shade, which is called Spanish Villa. This one right here. Beautiful. Beautiful. So guys, my thoughts on this palette thus far is that it's definitely worth the $28. The blush is beautiful. These products are really creamy. As you can see, they blend really well. They glide on the skin. You get 3 very wearable shades that you can double up and use as eyeshadows. I'm really liking this palette. The packaging is gold. Totally suckered me in. I'm going to also use this same champagne color as my brow bone highlight here. It's kind of an intense brow bone highlight, but it's kind of an intense look, isn't it? Well, not really. It's definitely still wearable. You can go lightly on any of these. But anyways, I really like this palette. I would definitely recommend it. I think it makes a great little gift. Cute little Valentine's Day gift because it's kind of in that color scheme. It's the color of the year. Yeah, I'm really digging it. So lately, I have not been wearing my winged liner. I've just been kind of liking a very chocolate brown liner eye and then smudging it out with a Q-tip. I don't know. And I haven't even been doing false lashes either. I am probably going to do them today just because it looks a little better on camera. But in my day-to-day life, I've just been doing a really good lash primer, like the Lancome Cils Booster is my favorite, and then the Mally mascara, and then my lashes just are really, I'm really liking them. So anyways, my liner, I'm going to use the Mally Milk Chocolate Eyeliner. It's a beautiful chocolate color. This is my favorite chocolate liner I own, and it's just so pretty. So I'm going to line my upper lash line, my lower inner rim, and then I'm going to smudge it out with a Q-tip because I just like that smudged kind of smoky effect. And a trick I learned from Candy Johnson is that you start on the outside corner and make it a little thicker and then taper it in towards the center, and it makes small eyes appear larger and further apart. I also like to do my upper waterline, which this might be gross to watch. I don't like watching it, but if you do your upper waterline, which is this part under here, it makes your lashes appear thicker and fuller. And it really, really helps. I showed my mom that trick and she's like, oh my gosh, it really does make a difference. And it truly does. So that's one eye. I'm going to do the other eye now. I'm just going to carry this liner down here onto my lower lash line. Kind of with the same idea, like thicker towards the outside. I don't know, I like been playing around with my liner lately. I've been doing it a little thicker towards the outside and then tapering it off towards the inside. Then I'm going to do my waterline as well. Every woman needs these. They're the pointed tip Q-tips. I use them for so many things. But I'm just going to kind of, instead of taking a smudge brush, I'm just going to use this Q-tip and kind of soften and smudge the line and kind of diffuse it so you can't really see where the line starts or stops. Just soften it all the way up even into the shadow color. And the same thing below. I'm going to apply the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara first to my bottom lashes, just because I find that if I do my top ones first, when I look down, if they're not completely dry, then I get mascara transferring up here, and I don't want to have to clean that up today. So I'm just going to use the bottom lash first to prevent that from happening. I'm going to apply a light coat of my Mally mascara, Mally Volumizing Mascara in the white tube. For my lashes, I'm going to use the Red Cherry number 46 lashes. They're just kind of long and wispy, not too full or thick, but just really pretty on the eye. So I'm going to apply those quickly and then finish off the rest of my face. Alright, so now let's move on to some blush here. I'm going to use both of the blush colors in this palette. I'm going to start off with the darker one on the backs of my cheeks, and then I'm going to pop the lighter one in the front. So, like I've already said, I'm really impressed with this palette. I haven't been impressed with too many Sephora brand things, and that's me just being honest. I know they have a few products that I've heard some of my friends talk about that were really good. newer things that I would like to try. I just don't have a whole lot because the things I have purchased, I just was kind of, you know, you get one bad thing and it puts a sour taste in your mouth and then you're scared to try other things because makeup is not cheap. It's expensive. Sephora does offer their own brand, so it's a little bit cheaper, but still, you know. So I'm just going to use my favorite brush to apply this. This is the It Cosmetics blush brush, and I'm putting this towards the backs of my cheeks. I kind of like to carry it up towards my temple a little bit just to give myself a little color. I don't know, I have a hard time just staying where you're supposed to put it, you know. Okay, so there's the color on the back, so I'm going to wipe my brush off here a little bit. And now I'm going to dip into this lighter color here and kind of bring that more towards the front. And both of these blushes are matte. I don't think I mentioned that. I love what a peach blush can do for your complexion. I just adore it. Oh, and what you did not see was the longest struggle to get my eyelashes on I've had in a long time. I think this will probably be the last time I'll wear this pair, even though I love this style, because I've worn them so much, they did not want to go on. And so now I just closed this, but I'm going to use the highlight in this compact because I love the blushes, but man, I really like this highlight. And I use the NARS Ida brush, and I'm just, not Ida, Yashio. It does pick up a lot of product. It's a little powdery, so just be forewarned. And we're going to dust that on my cheekbones. You see that? Can you see it? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. When I was at Sephora buying this palette, I was looking at the lipstick, the Marsala lipstick, and I swatched it, but I didn't buy it because I feel like I have some lipsticks in my collection that are very, very similar in color. So we're going to recreate that look with that lipstick. No, we are not. We're going to recreate that lipstick with a different one. I don't know. I'm all confused. I'm going to line my lips with the Elizabeth Arden lip pencil in the shade Crimson. And this is a true Marsala color. Now, I can't talk and line my lips at the same time, but I was going to quickly tell you that I got this in a kit a few years ago with gift with purchase. And so I don't know if you can buy it individually, but it's a really pretty color. This color is like the perfect Marsala color. I think I should leave it just like that. I kid you not, I've seen people do this in real life and just been like, oh honey, can I just fix your lipstick? The lipstick I'm going to wear is the Dior Rouge number 683 Esquisse. Esquisse? Esquisse. I don't know. It's a fancy word. Okay, so this is the finished look. I really am glad that Marsala is the color of the year because it is a very wearable color, whether you want to put it as makeup or as, you know, clothing. It's a very pretty color, and I just wanted to do this look to show you that you can use a palette like this for your whole face. You don't have to just use it as blush. You can use colors. Even that red shade, that Inglot red shade, you can sheer it out and you can make it very, very wearable. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I can't wait to talk to you again soon.